Alpha male in relationships. A man could be called an alpha male if he never has problems with his relationships or his sense of self worth. But it can be hard to picture him in a relationship sometimes. How does he behave in one? What does he hope to get out of it? What about the way he acts? This video will give you a general overview of alpha males in relationships and hopefully tell you everything you need to know about them. Just one more thing before we go any further. Don't freak out if you're not doing everything in your relationship. You don't have to do these things if your relationship is going well. Just remember them and use them as a guide to help you make yours better. But before we start our video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Here are 5 examples of how alpha males act in relationships. 1. He has an abundance mentality. One of the most significant distinctions between an alpha male and a typical guy is that an alpha male maintains an abundance attitude even after entering into a romantic partnership. When the average Joe rushes into a relationship, it's because he can't stand to be alone. The alpha male rushes into a relationship because he's already found the girl that he wants to be his girlfriend. The most notable distinction between them is that the first guy is desperate for the female, while the second just wants her. When an alpha male decides to become exclusive with a woman, yes, he generally is the one making that decision, he enters into this relationship with a particular perspective. He is aware that he has a lot to offer and is not in it to obtain anything in return for his efforts. This indicates that he is not with his girlfriend because he requires something from her in order to fulfill some demand of his own. He is involved because he has discovered a companion with whom he can share his life. And he is aware that there are other women available to him in the event that things do not go well with one of the girls for whatever reason. And because he doesn't linger on the one that got away, he won't be as negatively affected by the loss as some other guys might be under similar circumstances. This does not by any means imply that he views the relationship as something trivial. It's just not in his nature to look at women as though they were rare. Even yet, he worries about it just as any other man would. Number 2, he leads a life of his own. When in a relationship, men frequently make the error of giving all of their time, attention, and interest to the woman they're dating, rather than continuing to pursue their previous interests and passions. After she enters the picture, everything else had to be abruptly dropped, and she became the focus of the attention. Before they had a girlfriend, they were busy with their own lives, their friends, and hobbies. But after she enters the picture, everything else had to be dropped, and she became the center of attention. Even when he is in a committed relationship, the alpha male is never at a loss for things to do. He is responsible for his own obligations and must be in other areas. Just because he acquired a partner does not mean that he will immediately give up everything. It is not necessary for him to have her company in order to have a good time because he will always make time for his other friendships. In point of fact, he divides his time evenly between his girlfriend and his other buddies. I hope you've getting something out of this message. This is the end of part 1. Look for part 2.